Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I want to share with you a particular video that came across my desk last weekend, and I've now just become completely obsessed with this channel and I want to share it with you. And I'm going to have it linked in the description. There are so many videos that you could watch from this channel, and I'm going to be reacting and sharing with you my thoughts, and we're just going to be watching this one particular video together. And this particular video is by the channel called Vampire Robot. And we are going to be watching people watching at a mall in 1996. Now look, people watching has got to be one of my favorite activities. Let me know in the comments down below if you are like that. I love people watching. This video is just so nostalgic, and this is actually something that I would like to do a whole video on. I've been really thinking about nostalgia lately, and this overwhelming sense of nostalgia that I feel and that I'm craving. This video left me feeling like a little bit depressed, but also it's something that really stuck with me the entire weekend. I basically did not touch my phone all weekend because of this video. This is a video of Macy's in 1996 around Christmas times, and I was completely enthralled in this video. There are so many things that I noticed that really struck a chord with me. And I think you may feel the same way if you're around my age. Probably as well, you may feel it stronger if you're a bit older than me, because at the time of this filming, I was only 3 years old. So maybe if you're a bit older than me, this may hit a bit of a heavier chord with you if you're a bit older than me, but it really had quite an impact on me. So some of you who are probably more fashion orientated or more like the aesthetics of it, I mean, it's obviously hard to ignore, but I am just more fascinated with the other elements that I'm going to get into. But I mean, obviously, just straight off the bat, the fashion. A lot of people in the comments said that people in this video looked healthier. I don't know, like obviously I don't live in the United States. Let me know in the comments down below, do you think that people look healthier in this video than they do now? Like when you go to the mall. One thing that I really noticed, that some people are gonna completely tear me apart, I'm sure, is the natural beauty is something that I didn't see many people in the comments talk about, but the natural beauty was so prevalent to me. When I go to the mall now, when I go to the grocery store, it's very much the norm now. The beauty standards have changed so much. We see hair extensions, and a lot of the times I see them in a way that it's very obvious that they are hair extensions, because I can see the tracks or I can see the, you know, the clips and things like that. But, you know, we see very, very obvious eyelash extensions, large filler lips, we see filler, we see Botox, we see in this 12-minute clip, I feel like I didn't see any of that, and it's very much more a sign of the times. Natural beauty, I think, was a lot more celebrated in the 90s, a lot more socially acceptable, a lot more of the norm. The beauty standards have changed so much now, where I feel like sometimes I go out and I feel like the women's beauty standards is almost turned into a little bit of a caricature. Like sometimes I'm a bit confronted with what I'm seeing, if I'm being completely honest. What truly stood out to me the most throughout this video was just people's interactions, which is kind of what led me to this question in this video today is social media ruining public interactions? Is social media ruining public spaces? Spoiler alert, I think it is, but I think you already knew that. I've made many a video about how I feel like social media is a little bit of like the corrosion of society. It's so sad to see, and watching this video made me feel so much stronger about this, you know? If we look at this video, the kids just look so much more present. When I go to the mall now, I'm either watching a kid play with its mum's phone, like head in the phone or like head in the iPad. These kids are just, you know, present. Like, yeah, they're just walking around, they're looking around. Even like I saw a few scenes with the teenagers, and the teenagers are like speaking to their parents, you know, like they're talking to their parents. They're not like glued to their phones. It really like struck a chord with me. And what I thought again was so interesting is watching these people. There was one particular scene where they're going up, either up or down the escalator, and they see the camera and they start waving. We have just come so far from that time. I don't know about you, but now in today's society, when I'm at the mall or when I'm in a public space and I see a camera, see a group of kids or a group of teenagers or adults doing like TikTok dances in public, and I'm just like, ugh, get out, I don't want to be in this, I do not want to be in this camera shot. Whereas like in this video, people actually saw a camera and their first immediate reaction wasn't like, oh my God, no, ugh. I think now we live in a world we are so surrounded by cameras that our first immediate reaction, well mine anyway, is to just be repulsed and completely want to retreat and retract and get as far away from that as possible. The people in a line lining up to pay at the register, they're all like looking up. They're all talking to each other or just standing there, you know, like, whereas now, and I'm guilty of this, which is something that was a big reminder for me by watching this. You know, how many times are you on the escalator or walking or even just in a lineup on your phone? This video had a really big impact on me because the amount of times I hold my phone. I hold my phone even though I have pockets and I have a bag. Most of the places I go, I have a pocket or I have a bag, yet I'm still holding my phone. And to see an entire mall of people that aren't holding a device because they didn't have them back then. They didn't have smartphones. And like, it just really hit me. It really hit me. And it really made me aware that I no longer want to be that person. I no longer want to be a zombie in a mall, in public, even in my house. Like, the way I cradle this thing like it's my firstborn child, it's actually insane. And it really made me more aware that I no longer want to be that person. I don't want to be in a line on my phone. I don't want to be walking through a store on my phone. Seeing this footage, like, that was a real reminder for me, and that really struck a chord with me. And it really cemented in me that I no longer want to be that person. I want to be the person that does not have their phone on them. I want to be the person that is present in society. I no longer want to be a slave to my device, a slave to social media, a slave to my phone. You know, even just seeing people talking to the cashier, talking to the woman behind the desk, like, you don't see that anymore. Like, so the amount of people sometimes I see that are just like on their phone when they're checking out, I'm like, guys, there is a human being in front of you. Even just to see people like paying, I mean, I thought I'd see more people paying with cash, honestly, but even just seeing people pay with credit cards, guys, I don't pay with credit cards anymore. Like, this thing is just permanently glued to my hand. Like, chit, Apple Pay. This video really left me thinking, oh my God, like, I want to maybe try to go to the mall or go to the grocery store and not bring my phone. Truly, some of you may laugh at me, but I think it will make me feel I think I'll feel a little bit anxious. I think I'll feel a little bit unease, because I've often thought about this before. I've thought like, oh my God, like, what if I'm driving and I get in an accident? What if I'm at the shops and I faint? Who's gonna help me? These are the intrusive thoughts that I've had when I've actually thought about not having my phone on me. Back in 1996, we lived in a world where people weren't glued to their devices. And just like I said, I think public interactions and public spaces were so much different. Like, if you watch this video, please take the time to check out this channel. Maybe a different video pops out to you. There was one video that I saw by this channel that was like high schools in 1986. I was like, what? Like, you can sense the energy is different. You can just feel it. You can feel it's different. And it really made me no longer want to just be glued to this device. Look, oh, there it goes. Off it is, thrown on the carpet. I actually need it. I need it because we got to read some of the comments together. As someone who was a little kid in the 80s and a teenager in the 90s, experiencing all of those decades, seeing footage like this makes me want to cry. I miss this time so much. And in the last 10 to 12 years, I've finally just not been able to adapt, slipped into a deep depression and been out of work. In the early days of the internet, cell phones and things like digital music and the start of the iTunes music store in May 2003, I embraced it all and loved it. But I never wanted, nor did I imagine, that all of that would be largely led to a physical stores going away, physical media largely being gone, and even physical interactions dwindling away. Today I feel like I have nowhere to go, nothing tangible that I own, and that I never actually see anyone or talk to them face to face. I just hate it. I have two younger nephews born in 2006 and 2008, and I'm told that they're completely fine with the way things are today, having grown up with it. But I definitely am not. I feel like whole generations of people my age and older now need massive amounts of counseling with how things today are compared to before. But it's all largely ways that I frankly don't want to get used to. Human beings are physical creatures. It's not good for us to just be in the same place all the time, hardly interact with anyone in person, and hardly ever physically handle or have anything tangible. I really hope that it can change, but as long as younger generations like my nephews are just fine with things today, I fear it never will. And this comment has 218 replies, and I don't know why I feel like I'm gonna cry. Oh my God. I think the last bit of this sort of life and nostalgia ended around 2007, just before the first smartphone and before Facebook went just from a college student gid website to letting everyone and their grandparents on it. It's been a terrible slide downhill for the human mind / psyche. Oh my God, this is so soothing. The changes in a few decades become so apparent when watching this. Cashiers and workers are not machine-like. Clients stroll around in a calm demeanor. They also look around with curiosity and have real human emotions. Lots of people talk to each other. It's incredible. They do not carry themselves in a frozen manner. Imagine how much more present they all were in that current moment then. Not only do they look more content, but think about how differently their minds were thinking, never fathoming things like sending snaps, checking Facebook, or the countless other distractions from the present moment of what is right in front of them. Guys, like that comment is just basically sums up this entire video. Please go ahead and watch it. It really made me want to reboot my entire brain and my entire life and my relationship with this little mother right here. It really did. I thought this video ended on a bit of a sad note. I didn't mean it to. Did this video have an impact on you like it did me? Did it make you want to, you know, throw this thing away every now and again, you know, leave it at home? Please share with me your thoughts in the comments down below. I would love to hear from you. I'm gonna have another one linked right here. If you haven't had enough of me just yet, feel free to join me over there. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video, and I will see you in my next one.